Okay, so continuing on to Module 4. Module 4 is Manpower, and this is where you can either purchase cold calling hours and have cold callers call your lists, or you can assign a transaction coordinator to a deal that you're doing. So if we go over here to cold call hours, you'll see how many banked hours we have, basically hours we purchased that are not being used. Assigned hours, these are the hours that have already been assigned to a list in total. Then we have recurring packages that you can set up every month so you know that you constantly have cold callers available for your lists. It's super simple to buy new hours. Just go to get cold call hours over here. You see if we want to cancel this, we can right from here. Are you sure? Yes, there you go. So as you see, super easy to cancel a recurring transaction. In other systems, you'd have to go through 10 screens and potentially send an email to support and do all kinds of things. That's it. The 2 clicks and we canceled that recurring transaction. But let's go get more hours and we can choose either one time or recurring. Let's choose recurring so we can see this again. Here you can choose multiple options because we want you to get exactly what you want. So if you want 15 hours, there's no selection here for 15 hours. So you can just do 10 plus 5. And it'll total 15, and this is how many credits it will cost. You can also do more if you'd like more hours, but with a combination of selecting multiple, you should be able to purchase as many hours as you need and actually get very specific. Like I said, if you don't want to do 20, you want 15 instead, you just pick 2. All right, let's just pick 20 for now. You see, we'll spend 14,000 credits and we'll get 20 hours. We'll go next and we'll see the transaction here. If we change our mind, we can just delete this here and it'll go back, but let's continue. And this will charge us 14,000 credits. There you go. We just purchased the credits. You see here, cold calling hours recurring. You've purchased a recurring package of 20 cold call hours, and we spent 14,000 credits. But to make it even easier, you can just straight go into uploading a list for cold calling. So we'll just click this, click here. We're going to do this list that we just did, skip trace that we pulled, and we'll go next. How many hours do we want to assign? Let's say 20. Submit, and then accept. There you go. We just assigned. Let's go start over. Come over here, edit assigned hours, and here we go. This is our list. We can also do it from over here, cold caller files. This is it. You can see all the files you have ready, and they're pending. The reason they're pending is because we have to look at them, and then we have to make sure they're in the right format, and then assign them to a cold caller. So it's not instant that it starts calling, but as we continue to optimize the system, it will be faster and faster. You also notice a cancel hours here. If you have 20 hours assigned, and for some reason you use the wrong list, or you change your mind while it's still pending, you can click cancel. Because of this, you're going to lose 2 hours anytime you cancel a list. The reason is we actually have to do some of this manually, and cold callers are real people. They're not a system that we can just do things automatically with APIs and servers. We will actually be getting your list, like I said, looking through it to make sure it's properly formatted, then pushing it to the cold callers. They're actively calling it. So right now this is pending. But if this was active and you wanted to cancel some of your hours, we would actually have to pull those lists out of the cold caller's hands then and tell them to stop calling and switch. So there is, some moving parts that we have to do. So because of that, if you cancel a list to try and get your hours back, you'll lose 2 hours from whatever hours you have left. So let's just say yes. And now you see this move to canceling. Again, we have to actively pull this away from the cold callers. So once this is completed, this will say canceled, and then you'll get a notification saying you received 10 hours back. The other thing here is add a file. So if you wanted to just add a file that you had already, you can just click this and then upload it. And then the same way, you can just assign hours to it. That's something you've probably seen throughout this entire demo is this top-up button. I chastised other companies for making it difficult earlier for you to purchase new credits or activate things. And I just really wanted to make it super clear how REIOS is different than that. So let's say we don't have enough hours here and we don't have enough credits to purchase those hours. What we'll do is hit top up and okay, we'll buy another 20,000 credits with our save payment method. Bang. So we just purchased those credits. But what's super amazing is this resume button. And when we click that button, you see we go back to exactly where we were, where we've already uploaded the file and we're just trying to set the number of hours. And that's the same way it is in all of REIOS. If you're in the middle of pulling property data and you've already picked your filters and you already started the transaction and you don't have enough credits and you hit top up, when you finish purchasing your credits and hit resume, it will automatically go back to exactly where you were in the process. So either in the middle of pulling data, in the middle of skip tracing, in the middle of purchasing cold call hours, assigning cold call hours to files, wherever you are, this toggle button will resume you right back to where you were, which again, other companies don't do. You have to go out of what you're doing to try and buy credits or add a payment method or whatever it is, and then try and go back and redo everything. So another part of REIOS that we've thought really hard on to get the user experience really clean and smooth.